How to listen to your inner voice. That is the topic today, channeled by Brad Monk. Okay, so the reasons why we struggle with the inner voice is that the inner voice is vibrating on a different type of energy. And because we're often caught up in our own mindset, we're basically working through the brain and not the heart. And the inner voice is mainly do with the soul. Now the soul is guiding us all day long and giving us loads of information, but because we're in the mindset and we're thinking about what we've got to do and what we've got to search for and our callings, and which is related to the body's got all this toxicity in there, which is triggering the mind to go and do things, learn lessons, experience life, to let go of this stuff that's stopping the vibration of the body, you see. So the inner workings, the inner voice is right next to the heart. And so to tap into that, you have to really align yourself with that vibration. And that is the key to it all. So first of all, you have to get yourself into a state of reflection or at peace with oneself. So really, the first trick to do is to try and align the mind, the body, and the soul. Now, the body needs love, okay, to neutralize it so it can flow good. The brain needs peace so that it can start to see the connections instead of totally being governed by the body. And then the soul can kick in, and once you merge, you then start to align with the universe and the wisdom. And so I tend to go on my cliff looking over the water, the Brad Monk figure itself, and I sit there, and once I've done my meditations, once I've aligned myself, once I've cut my ties, once I've started to cleanse in nature, once I've started to allow nature to merge with myself, then I'm in a state that the soul can talk to me. The soul is basically, or the inner voice, I think they're both and one, to be honest with you, is connected to everything, and is connected to the universe. And so it's a different sort of vibration, in the sense that, how can I put it? It's so, when you first start to hear the soul talking, which took me years of work, it's a different kind of talking. It's a different kind of, it's not here to feed your ego. It's not here to tell you what your calling is. What it is to be really, it's hard to explain unless you've experienced it. It's just a whole different level of understanding. It's not feeding the illusion that you're currently in. It will tell you straight, and it will give you information that's best for your journey. It's part of the spiritual path, really. And that's why when we start to tap into the inner voice, we open up what we've chosen to do. We open up what part to play. We're chosen up to be who we are. And so the inner voice is that's why I call myself the soul's inner voice, because I'm able to connect and channel the wisdom of the universe, and it is really the inner voice of the soul. So it's a whole different sort of energy and all different sort of voice that I hear. I mean, it's still sort of my own voice because that's how they channel through me. But it's no longer trying to feed what you want and desire. It's no longer, it gives you what brings peace to your life. So there's many ways that you can connect to the inner voice. But when you want something or you need something, you'll not be able to tap into it because your brain and your body will have taken over. And so anything you think about is basically a lack that needs to be let go of on the body. So meditation, first one is, meditation is the key really to start off with, because then you get into that quiet moment. Sitting in nature, that's another way to hear the inner voice. Because after about 20 minutes of sitting in nature, you will find that all of a sudden your mind switches off as everything starts to align. When you're creating, when you're passionate about something, then you automatically align as well. These are all little tricks of the trade to be able to start to hear the inner voice. a want and need to hear the inner voice will stop the flow, because you're putting energy in stopping the flow. So I've created loads of, I sourced really loads of music, and by putting the three energies together, that can get you to be able to listen to the inner voice, because it aligns the body to the mind, body and soul, and also my 10-minute meditation does as well. And this is brilliant really, and that's why I just play the music in the background, because then it just keeps vibrating and eventually I align. So I would say the best way would be nature to start off with, because for the first 20 minutes you'll be chat, your mind, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden you'll just find that moment of peace, and then you can really listen to your heart, then you can really listen to the inner voice, or create a place. Imagine yourself one of your favourite places, or create your own place. Like I say, my place is on top of the cliffs, looking over the waterfall with the sun shining on the water, and I feel so connected. I feel free there. And then I just sit on a couch, looking over the sea, and then if my soul comes and joins me, so there's no want and need there, it happens, if it's got some messages for me, and then it'll come through and talk to me as well. I mean, it took me a long years to recognise this, to be honest with you. I just wanted to speak to the soul, and it wasn't talking back. But that was because of my vibration. That was because the body was dealing with other things, and so not allowing the soul to be heard, really. Because you've also, when you've got problems on the body, you'll find that the body will reject any information. Or when you think about something, your mind will kick in and give you all the aspects of what could go wrong, what could happen, what to do and everything. But when you get into the soul's inner voice, that's when you are aligned. That's when you are creative. That's when you can tap into all the information, the wisdom of the world, really. That is the key to it all. But for your own, I mean, another little trick you could do is just write down questions that you want answering. And then when they feel right, you'll get the answers. Answers will be shown, people will be shown to you as the soul guides you to people and situations and books and videos, and all of a sudden things will highlight in the videos and everything, and that's the message. It's answers to your questions. So that's another way. I quite like doing that. But also I like automatic writing. So basically it's the same sort of thing. Once I get myself into that relaxed state, the pen goes and then they just type away. Then my quotes are done like that as well. And then you can tell by the energy of the piece. And I don't put any, when I first started doing automatic writing, I just put the paper to one side and then come back to it another time to read it. So that I'm not actually, because you'll tend to find that when you first do the writing, you will want to dot the I's and the T's, and that's stopping the flow of the information coming through. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's brilliant. So I love channeling, because it's like a direct download of information for me, and then I go away and see what they're trying to say and what they're doing. But the inner voice really helps you on your journey. But like I say, at the moment, with the toxicity, with the body's toxicity, with everything that's going on in the world, loads of empaths are absorbing so much negative energy, it's hard to find that time to be able to listen to the inner voice. And that's why some people are struggling on their spiritual path, because they're not recognizing, they haven't got time to recognize when a message. And that's why maybe make a little notebook with you, carry around, and then when something comes out of nowhere, or intuition or gut feelings, or I must call this person, I must do this, then you'll realize eventually that is the soul trying to communicate with you. Alright, I hope this has helped. I've put loads of videos up on many different subjects. If you have any subjects that you want me to cover or look into, if there's anything that you want answers to, do DM me, because that's what I'm here for. I went on this wonderful journey, found a load of answers, and now I just want to share it myself. Thank you for sharing with me, because as I share with you, I evolve. Let's spread the love, because the love neutralizes negativity and gives us peace and harmony. Thank you.